Hello everyone, Thomas Bowman here with JoJac's Turf and Tree, and today we're going to go ahead and show you how we do injections for trees. Today we have an oak back here who has been not getting the proper nutrients, so we're going to come in and give it an iron injection so that hopefully in the spring when things start picking up again, this tree will be a little more lively than it has been. The first thing you always want to do when it comes to any type of chemical is read any labels, safety data sheets, or any other package that might come in the chemical you're using. The way you can figure out what type of PPE you need, as well as how to mix the chemical properly. If you mix too less or too little, you might have some issues. So we're going to go ahead and get that figured out, and then we'll get right back with you. Alright, I'm here with Joe, one of our chemical applicators, and we are measuring the trunk to get the width so we can figure out how much chemical we need to add. And what is your measurement on that?
I'm getting 19 inches in diameter.
19, alright. And so for the product we are using 2 packets, or sorry, it's 1 packet per 2 inches. So at 19, we'd probably round it up to 20 and just use 10 packets. And the next step is at about the area where the slope of the trunk reaches to the trunk itself of the tree. You go ahead and drill a quick hole in, and you'll do that around the tree every 6 to 8 inches, and you tap in these little connectors we have. So we'll go ahead and get this all hooked up, and we'll go ahead and run through the equipment we're using. Hey, I'm interrupting for some after the recording touch-up information. We had said it was 6 to 8 inches between the holes you're supposed to drill. Reality, it is 3 to 4. We just had a little mix-up on the question there. And we did drill 3 to 4 inches on all those. And another helpful tip is when we were drilling in those holes, you want to be in and out with that drill. The longer the drill blade sits there, the better chance you have of sealing that hole up again. So you want to be able to make sure that drill is in and out so that hole is good and ready so that chemical can go in nice and smoothly. So anyways, yeah, let's just get back to the regular video. Alright, as you can see, we have our drills holed, our tubes placed in the tree going all around it. And if you follow this, it leads us all the way over to our manual little pump here. A high value manual pump. It's a little dirty, excuse the mess. We use it quite a bit this time of the year. And what this will do is once we add the water and chemical inside, we'll pump it up. It'll boost up the pressure down here, and then it'll shoot the water and the chemical into the tree and fill it up with the iron. So we're going to go ahead and get the chemical ready, and we'll show you how we do that. Alright, so we're going to head and start getting it pumped up and get that pressure up to about 20 psi. And we're going to go ahead and inject some water into the tree first just to make sure all of our connections are okay. If there's any problems, we need to get them fixed right away. Alright, we are getting closer to 20. And there we go. So we're going to go ahead and flip this little switch here, and you will see water start to flow through the tube. I missed the catching of it, but you can see the little bubbles forming around. One thing we want to look for is air sockets like this. We want to get those fixed out so the flowing is accurate. And we want to make sure nothing is leaking out of these little areas here where we drilled the holes. So in our current state, oh, there's a little leakage over on this one. We'll need to punch that in a little more. Other than that, looking like we got the air bubbles. Oh, it looks like this one's actually messed up, so we're going to have to replace that T completely. So we'll do that real quick and get back in. Alright. Oh, yep, so that is the messed up T. You can see it's quite bent. You know, these things are just little plastic. After a while of usage, they do get messed up. So we're going ahead. He's got the new one ready to get put in. Just a matter of connecting the tubes and putting it back in the hole. gas back in. We're gonna go check it around again, make sure everything is nice and neat. That one has stopped leaking from the looks of it. There is another air bubble over here, which would just need to pop out one of the tubes and get it running again. Oh no, we actually had the pressure off, my bad. Things are looking seems most of our stuff is just about ready to go, so we will go ahead and get the chemical mixed up. So with this time of the year and with what we're doing, we measured the trunk out to be about 20 inches. That was 19, we raised it up to 20. And so for being 1 packet per 2 inches, we're adding 10 packets into this little pitcher here. We're going to add a little bit of water and get it mixed up. We found it easier to use a pitcher to mix up the chemical before adding it to the pump. So we'll go ahead, add that chemical up, get some water, get it mixed up. Then we'll add it to our pump, get it back up to 20 psi, and start getting the injection going. All right, we got the chemical mixed up. We are now adding it into our pump, making sure we do it safely, not getting it all over the place, and actually into the pump. And now that it's in, we can see down here, half a gallon. Up here's 1 gallon. For every 10 inches of tree diameter, we need to add half a gallon, so we need to bring that up to 1 gallon, and then we can go ahead and get started. Alright, we got it all mixed up, our pressure's back at 20, and now we're going to go ahead and get this iron into the tree. And now you watch it slowly see the color change, and now it's a waiting game. At this point, we're just going to sit here and watch all these little connectors, make sure nothing's leaking and all the air bubbles are good, and just make sure the pressure stays at 20. This process can take anywhere from 10 minutes to I've seen trees take about an hour, so we'll get back to you when this is all done. As you can see, I'll try to catch up here. We're at the end. The iron is finishing up, going into the tree. This took us, this one was just around 10 minutes. This tree was thirsty. It's been a dry season out here in Kansas this year, so trees are probably happy for any type of moisture getting into them. It won't be much longer, just waiting on all the last little bits to go through, and we'll take everything apart, and hopefully this will give the tree enough nutrients to spring back more livelier in the spring. So we'll see next year how this goes. But yep, this is the process on how we do tree injections. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead, leave them down below or contact us. There will be descriptions and contact information on the links are in the description below the video. So thanks for watching, and you guys have a great time.